Hello students, welcome to M10 classes. So in the previous class we have started the new chapter from chemistry, that is acid, bases and salts, and today we are going to read about chemical properties of acids and bases. So let us start the chemical properties of acid and bases. So first of all, reaction of metals with acids. Okay, how do the metals react with acids or acids do react with metals? Now when acids react with metals, they produce salt and hydrogen gas. So this is an important property of acid. Now, now see here an example. Zinc plus H2SO4, that is sulfuric acid, you get ZnSO4, that is a salt, and with that you get hydrogen gas. Now when this gas hydrogen is produced, it is colorless and odorless. How to test whether it is hydrogen gas or not? When a lighted matchstick is brought near hydrogen gas, it extinguishes with a pop sound. So whenever it is asked what is the how do you test for the presence of hydrogen gas, you'll write that if we are going to take a lighted matchstick near the gas, if it extinguishes with a pop sound, that shows the presence of hydrogen gas. Now metals like copper, mercury, silver, gold and platinum, they do not react with acid. Why is it so? Now, previously I have already told you about the reactivity series, and if you see the reactivity series here, now here you can see that copper, mercury, your silver and your platinum, these all are less reactive than hydrogen, and as they are less reactive than hydrogen, they cannot displace hydrogen from acid. Now let us see an experimental setup for the reaction of zinc with sulfuric acid. Now see students, this is the experimental setup for the reaction of zinc granules with sulfuric acid and to test the presence of hydrogen gas. So here in this test tube we have taken your zinc granules and we have added some sulfuric acid here. Now what happens here? Now through this delivery tube, this hydrogen gas will enter into the soap solution. Now you have taken soap solution here so that the gas produced will form bubbles, and that shows the production of hydrogen gas. Now whenever you will take this lighted candle near the this gas, it will extinguish with a pop sound. You can see here it will extinguish with a pop sound that shows the production of hydrogen gas. Now let us see reaction of bases with metals. Now bases react with metals to produce salt and hydrogen. It is same as you have seen in case of acids, but the problem is all the metals do not show such reactions. So this reaction is not possible with all the metals. So only few metals show such kind of reactions. Now see here, sodium hydroxide with zinc, it gives a salt and hydrogen gas. The salt is sodium zincate, Na2ZnO2. Next comes reaction of acid and bases with each other. Now how do acid and bases react with each other? Now this is an important question. Now see here, this acid and bases react with each other to produce salt and water. This is very important. Now this reaction is called neutralization reaction. You'll get to know that when a strong acid and a strong base, they react with each other, they form neutral salt, and that's why it is also known as neutralization reaction. Now see here, acid plus base gives salt plus water. Now NaOH plus HCl gives NaCl plus water. Now how this water is formed? Now see here, this NaOH in its aqueous solution will give OH minus ion, and in HCl it will, in the aqueous solution, it will provide H plus ion. Now this H plus and OH minus ion, they will combine to form this water molecule. Now this Na and Cl, they will combine to form your salt, that is NaCl. Now what will be the nature of the salt, whether it is acidic, basic or neutral? Now in this chapter itself, in further classes we are going to read about salt and the different types of salts. In that class we are going to discuss more about salts and different kinds of salts, that is acidic, basic, and your neutral salt. Now here this sodium chloride is a neutral salt. Now I will say this particular reaction that I am going to tell you is very much important from exam point of view as well as from practical related questions also. Now reaction of acids with metals, metal carbonates and hydrogen carbonates, that means metal hydrogen carbonates, which are otherwise known as metal bicarbonates also. Okay, so what is the reaction? See here, when acids reacts with metal carbonates and hydrogen carbonates, it produces salt, carbon dioxide and water. Now this is the reaction. Now I have taken here, we have taken two examples. One is sodium carbonate and sodium bicarbonate or sodium hydrogen carbonate. Now see here in the reaction, sodium carbonate plus HCl, it gives salt, that is NaCl, then water, then carbon dioxide. Again in the case of sodium bicarbonate or hydrogen carbonate, it also produces, when it reacts with HCl, it produces NaCl, water and carbon dioxide. Now see here, students, I have taken lemon and I am going to put it over a cemented floor. This cement contains calcium carbonate that is obtained from limestone. Now see here, this lemon contains citric acid, and we are going to take a closer view what is happening over here. Now you can observe that tiny bubbles are formed here on the surface of this cemented floor, because that contains calcium carbonate, and with acid it produces carbon dioxide gas. So students, you have seen that how acid reacts with metal carbonate to produce carbon dioxide gas. Now how to test the presence of this carbon dioxide gas? Again, carbon dioxide is a colorless, odorless gas that do not support combustion, and that is also same in case of hydrogen. So how to test this carbon dioxide? Now carbon dioxide produced in this reaction, when passed through freshly prepared lime water, it turns milky due to the formation of insoluble calcium carbonate, which is a white precipitate due to which it turns milky. Now this is the reaction. Lime water plus carbon dioxide, it gives you calcium carbonate, which is a white precipitate due to which it turns milky. Now see here students, now this is a freshly prepared lime water. Now we are going to blow air through it. As you know, the air that we blow, that we exhale, it contains carbon dioxide, and we are going to see the action of carbon dioxide in this lime water. Now you can see here it turns a little milky because this carbon dioxide combines with calcium hydroxide to produce calcium carbonate, which is a white precipitate, and turns it milky. Now see here students, this is also important. When excess of this carbon dioxide gas is passed through this solution, it turns colorless due to the formation of calcium hydrogen carbonate, which is water soluble, and that is why it turns colorless. Now on the basis of this, we are going to see a question. So students, such type of questions are expected in your exams, and also you have to understand and remember those reactions, and accordingly you are going to apply it. Now see the question. Rahul took some pieces of marble. So in this question it can be replaced with crushed eggshells or chalk powder, and added to a test tube containing dilute hydrochloric acid, due to which a gas X is produced. He collected the gas and passed it through freshly prepared lime water, which turned milky due to the formation of compound Y. When excess of gas X is passed, it turned colorless due to the formation of compound Z. Identify X, Y and Z and write the balanced chemical equation involved. Now this might be a 5-mark question for you. Now understand this question first. Now Rahul took a piece of marble, or it can be crushed eggshell, or it can be chalk powder. Now all of this contain calcium carbonate. So you have to identify the compound. Which compound does it contain? So it contains calcium carbonate, and it is going to react with dilute hydrochloric acid. So again, metal carbonate plus acid will give you salt, water and carbon dioxide. Now see here, this is the reaction. So in this reaction only the gas which is formed is carbon dioxide. So you got this gas is X. This is the compound X. Again, this gas X passed through freshly prepared lime water which is calcium hydroxide. Now see the next question. Next one, this calcium hydroxide plus carbon dioxide will give you calcium carbonate plus water. Now this calcium carbonate is nothing but a white precipitate which turns it milky. Again, when this gas is passed, excess of this gas is passed, it turns white, it turns colorless because of the formation of compound Z. And what is that compound? Calcium hydrogen carbonate. Now this is the total 5-mark question. Now next comes reaction of metallic oxide with acids. Metallic oxides react with acids to form salt and water. Now see here, copper oxide plus hydrochloric acid gives copper chloride which is bluish in color and plus water. Reaction of non-metallic oxides with bases. The reaction is quite similar. Non-metallic oxide with base again produces salt and water. Now for example, carbon dioxide plus calcium hydroxide, you have already seen this equation. Now this produces calcium carbonate and water. Now you might have remembered in neutralization reaction, acid plus bases also they produce salt and water. So what is the similarity between them? It is because metal oxide which is used here is basic in nature. So basic nature with acid will produce salt and water. Again, non-metallic oxide like calcium carbon dioxide, they are acidic in nature. And that is why acid plus base produce salt and water. So you have to remember this, that metallic oxides are basic in nature and non-metallic oxides are acidic in nature. Bases and acids in water. Now bases produce OH minus ion in water. So NaOH in water, it produces Na plus and OH minus, and the basic property of the alkali is because of the production of OH minus ions. Similarly, you have read that acids in water produces H plus ion, but you have to remember a concept here. What is that? Acid produce H plus ion when added to water, but H plus ion, it cannot exist alone. So what happens? This H plus ion, it combines with water to form H3O plus ion. This is important. And so as it is forming H3O plus ion, instead of writing H plus only, we must write it as H plus aqueous or H3O plus. Now see here, HCl plus H2O gives H3O plus plus Cl minus. Now how does it become H3O plus? HCl will give H plus and Cl minus. This H plus will be added to water to form H3O plus. Now we are adding water to this bases and acids. You might have heard about concentrated acids and concentrated base. That means concentrated shows that the volume of acid and base is higher in comparison to water. Now this concentrated acid and bases are highly corrosive, and that is why for experimental purposes we must make it dilute. Okay, so what is dilution? Mixing of an acid or base with water to decrease the concentration of H3O plus or OH minus ion per unit volume is called dilution. Okay, so students, we have seen the chemical properties of acids and bases. Now let us discuss some questions. First one, glucose also contains hydrogen, but it doesn't change the color of litmus when added to water, which means glucose contains hydrogen, but it doesn't show acidic properties in case when it is added to water. Why is it so? We know that acid when added to water produces H plus ion, H plus aqueous ions, and the acidic property of the acid is because of the presence of H plus aqueous ions. As glucose, which is C6H12O6, when it is added to water, it doesn't form such H plus aqueous ions, and that is why it doesn't change the color of the litmus paper and doesn't show this acidic properties. Okay, coming to second question. Hydrogen and carbon dioxide both are colorless and odorless. Can you distinguish between them? I've told you that both hydrogen and carbon dioxide, they are odorless and colorless and are not the supporter of combustion. But this hydrogen gas will extinguish with a pop sound, and that is why this is the test for this hydrogen and carbon dioxide. Next, during dilution, water should not be added directly to concentrated acid. Okay, students, whenever you are going to your laboratories, you should not dilute the concentrated acids. It must be done under the supervision of your lab in charge. Why is it so? Because if you are going to add water with concentrated acid, your face will become beautiful. Not beautiful actually. Now what will happen? If you're going to add water directly into the concentrated acid, there would be an exothermic reaction due to which the acid will splash out and it can burn your skin and also your face, and that is why you should not add water directly into acid to make it dilute. Now the question will be, then how to dilute the concentrated acid? Remember this is very important. This concentrated acids should be put in water drop by drop with constant stirring. Remember this. Next, dry HCl gas doesn't change the color of the dry blue litmus paper. Okay. Now, I've told you the acidic property is because of the presence of H plus aqueous ions. Now, dry HCl cannot produce H plus aqueous ions, so it cannot react with dry litmus paper. Now, if you are going to make the litmus paper wet and put this dry HCl gas over it, blow this gas over it, then it can change the color, because the gas, when it will come in contact with water, will produce H plus ion and react with this blue litmus paper. Okay. Now, rainwater can also conduct electricity. You might have observed this also. Sometimes this, suppose you have this shamianas and all for this different parties and marriage ceremonies. If it is going to rain, sometimes you get some electric shock out of it if it is connected to some kind of poles or like that. Now why it is going to happen? Now your atmosphere contains different type of gases. I will take the example of one only. Now suppose your atmosphere contains carbon dioxide gas. Now this carbon dioxide gas, when it will come in contact with your water, it will form an acid, that is your H2CO3, that is your carbonic acid. And you know, acids conduct electricity, and that is why rainwater can conduct electricity. So students, this is the end of the today's lecture, and let me tell you, your book, NCERT book, is your best book. So students, please refer your book and go through each bit of your book. Okay students, so in the next class I will bring some new portions of this chemistry chapter, acid, bases and salts. Till then, go through your book, learn your chapter, learn your portions. Please like, share and subscribe. Till then, next, let us meet in the next class. Till then, bye bye, take care.